Hi you guys, it is Lee Porter VSG coming back to check in with you for like a big combo update. This is week 17, month 4, and week 18. Today is July 31st. It's Tuesday, exactly 18 weeks post-op. I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery on March 27th, 2018 with Dr. Ben Meir in Willoughby, Ohio. My high weight was 330 pounds. My weight the day of surgery was 318 pounds. The last time I checked in with you guys was week 16, and at that time I had weighed in at 262.8. So then on July 24th, which was week 17, I weighed in at 258 pounds. That was a total loss of 4.8 pounds from the week prior, 72 pounds total from my highest weight, and 60 pounds total from my surgery weight. I have all this like written up on a board so I could be efficient and not stumble through this as I gave you guys the update. So sorry to be throwing a bunch of numbers at you. So then that was last Tuesday, the 24th. That was a really good week for weight loss. I had been expecting a good week because it seems like my pattern is I'll lose 2.5 pounds and then I'll lose like almost 5 pounds and then I'll lose another 2.5-ish pounds and then I'll lose nothing. And then it starts again with 2.5, then I lose almost 5, then 2.5, then nothing. So when I came back to you on week 16, it was like a slow, maybe I had lost actually a couple of pounds that week. But I was expecting a big loss for week 17, and I definitely achieved that, a loss of 4.8. So then, so that was last Tuesday, and then last Friday was July 27th, and that was actually my 4-month surgiversary date. And on that day, I weighed in at 256.2. So the official numbers for the 4-month post-op update were a total loss of 73.8 pounds overall, a total loss since surgery of 61.8 pounds, and a loss from the prior week of, well, I guess I don't really have a prior week number on that because I didn't weigh in the Friday before that. So then let me give you the numbers for this week. Today is July 31st. It's Tuesday. It's week 18. My current weight is 255. This is actually a total loss since week 17 number of 3 pounds. So basically, as of today, I have lost 75 pounds total from my highest weight and 63 pounds total from my surgery weight. So those are all good numbers. I do expect that the next week coming up for week 19, I probably won't see a big loss given the pattern that I've been on for the last several weeks. So I'm trying to set my expectation for a slow week coming up here. And actually, I've been sitting at 255 since Saturday, so in tune with my pattern. I haven't really budged since Saturday. But I will say, I am getting to a weight now. I mean, I'll be more comfortable when I'm lower than 250, but I actually weighed about 255 on my wedding day, which was October 4th, 2008. So this is almost 10 years ago. When I met my husband, I was probably 245-ish. We had dated for 2 years. When we got married, I was in the 255 range. I think I remember gaining like 20 pounds during the time we dated, and I was up to like the 260 something. And then, I was in a mad dash to lose a bunch of weight for the wedding, and I think I got down to 255. I certainly felt very fat on my wedding day. I really disliked my wedding photos and all those things because I didn't feel like I was thin or like I had achieved the weight loss I wanted to at that time. I mean, I guess I overall felt good on my wedding day and pretty, but I still didn't feel like I was at a great weight. But the point of the story is to tell you that, so for fun, on Saturday, since I weighed in at 255, and that is the weight that I remember getting married at, I pulled out my old wedding dress, which has been in some sort of wardrobe closet for 10 years now. I have not touched it since I put that sucker in there 10 years ago. I pulled it out and tried it on and took some pictures just for fun. it's interesting. I either weighed a little bit more than 255 on my wedding day, or the way that I'm like losing weight, or the way that the weight is coming off of me is coming off differently, because I definitely fit in the dress and there wasn't a lot of room. Like if I were to buy that dress today, I would buy that exact size. So it wasn't crazy big on me or anything, but I think it fit me better than when it did on my wedding day. I don't think it was as tight and hard to zip up and button and stuff like that. But I do hear people say that the weight comes off differently than it goes on, and you might be proportioned one way at a weight when you're gaining weight, and then be proportioned completely different as you're losing weight. I definitely think that's true. I mean, it wasn't a crazy difference in the way that the dress fit, but I just felt like it was a little less snug overall. And I took some pictures, and I think the pictures of me 2 days ago in my wedding dress probably turned out better than my wedding photos in general, which is just an interesting thing. So I'm gonna really try when I upload this video to figure out like how to insert a picture, and because I would love to share those with you guys, and I have to learn how to edit or do something. I feel like I have some apps and stuff for that. I just never take the time to figure it out. So maybe I'll get to do it tonight. At some point, if I don't do it before I post this, I will share that at some point soon, once I can figure out the whole video process. So, but anyway, that was just a really fun way to like mark that milestone. I do, you know, my ultimate goal is to get to 160. I will get there in a matter of time, and I feel like if I were to try my wedding dress on then, it would fall right off me, let's hope. My wedding dress is a size 20. On top, I'm bigger on top and smaller on the bottom, so that's just the way my shape is. I think they call it an apple shape. I'm in a solid size 20 on top right now. I am in a solid size 18 on the bottom, but I can actually squeeze into 16s, so they're tight. But, you know, I don't know that I would actually just opt to wear size 16 pants right now, because they're just really snug. But I feel like I'm, you know, maybe somewhere in the middle between an 18 and a 16 right now. And I feel, you know, really good about that stuff. You know, obviously I'm anxious to get down to, I do think my lowest size, even when I hit my goal weight, will probably be a 12 or a 10 on top, and then maybe an 8 on the bottom. So 4-month updates. The one thing I wanted to say is I feel like when I watch a lot of these videos, which by the way, I watch a lot of vets. I'm trying to watch folks now in 2018 that are getting the surgery done. I'm trying to keep up with those journeys. And I love every minute of what people share in these videos, and I'm so appreciative. But what I will say is that when I watch videos, so many people start their videos saying something like, boy, I can't believe the time has gone by, the time's flown by, I can't even believe it's 4 months, or I can't even believe it's 3 months, or 6 months, or whatever they're talking about. And I never feel that way. I believe it's been every bit of 4 months, and I feel like I have fought and battled every single pound that I've lost. I mean, definitely I've lost weight much easier with this surgery and through this process than I ever have before in my life. But I do believe that I'm like actively, like conscientiously making the healthy food choices every day. And I am suffering through daily workouts. Not suffering, because I actually have gotten to a point where I do enjoy it. And I've made it really convenient and easy for me to get in each day, and a routine that I can definitely maintain. So, you know, nothing's miserable about this process, but I would not say that it's flying by and I'm not even noticing the time go by. I would say that I have experienced every minute of this 4 months. Now, when I think about 4 months in terms of work, it's gone by, like, since I've been back to work after the surgery, after like taking a few weeks off after the surgery, I mean, that when I think about work, it's flying by. When I think about parenting and mom life, it's flying by. But for some reason, when I think about weight loss life, I feel like it's slow. And I am just so anxious to get to 5 months and 6 months and 7 months, where I hope to start to see, you know, by this time next month, I'm very certain I'll be in the mid 240s. Then September will be my 6 month post-op. I'd love to be in the mid to low 230s. I'm so excited about that weight because, you know, I think I've mentioned this before in a video, but I don't remember a time in my adult life where I was below 230. So that's a big milestone for me. That's kind of the next big milestone since this wedding dress thing. And also that's my 6-month check-in, September 28th, with my surgeon. And so I really hope to be sitting at a number that is, I'd love to see like anything in the 220s, because that would mean I've lost 100 pounds total. When I do the math, over, like based upon what I've been losing, you know, pieced out over the next 8 weeks or so, or whatever it is, I think I'm going to be sitting more in the mid 230s or low 230s. But I certainly intend to stay on track with the eating and exercising that I am doing right now. So, you know, I don't, you know, my plans are really solid as far as how I'm going to achieve what I'm going to achieve at 6 months. I do hope to continue to lose at least 10 pounds a month through month 8, even month 9 if I can squeeze it out. And I do know that there will be a time where my weight loss slows. 9 months out will be December. I expect at the beginning of next year, you know, my weight loss might slow down a little bit, but I'm going to keep just fighting the good fight and trying to work off as much weight as possible in this initial like new surgery post-op time so that I can be as successful as possible and quickly get to goal so I can get to maintenance. And I guess I don't really know why I'm in a hurry, because I've watched enough people to know that maintenance is forever and it's a long time and there's probably no hurry to get there. But maybe it's not so much that I'm in a hurry to get to maintenance. I'm in a hurry to get below 230. I'm in a hurry to get to more normal sizes and like really look, because I still look at myself in the mirror and see like a fat girl realistically, you know, but I'm still 95 pounds away from my goal weight. I'm still technically, let's see, 170 is considered overweight for my height and I'm at 255. So I'm technically 85 pounds overweight still. So I'm by no means small yet. And I definitely still see a big girl when I look in the mirror. So I'm pretty anxious to get to a place where I start to feel more thin, if that makes sense. I mean, don't get me wrong, I already feel good and I feel like I've lost a lot of weight, but I am really anxious for more weight to come. And maybe that's why I get so frustrated and complain every week about not losing more. So boy, I've already droned on for like 12.5 minutes, and I thought I had like big expectations for this video and things that I wanted to share. I will go into one other thing. I'll try to cut this at 15 minutes. I don't know if I've said this on another video or not. If I have, I don't think I've expanded on it, but I will say that the one thing since this surgery, I've been really open about it with my family and at work and with my friends. I mean, there's nobody that I know and talk to on a regular basis that doesn't know I've had this surgery done. I feel like trying to keep this secret, especially for somebody like me who's really open and just interacts all the time with people, I couldn't keep this a secret. Like, and I also feel like this is a pretty common thing now, and for people who have been like lifelong overweight, they suddenly lose all this weight and maintain all this weight loss. Like, I don't think it's realistic. I know some people that I actually think have had the surgery but won't own up to it. And it's okay. I mean, obviously to each their own, and you know, I understand why people wouldn't want to share that with everybody. But in my case, I didn't think I could pull off the lie to people to say it when they asked me how I lost weight and whatever, to just act like I had just suddenly woke up one day and started to get great about diet and exercise. And the interesting thing is I am actually now great at diet and exercise, but it definitely took the surgery to reduce my hunger and reduce my cravings, and all the process with the dietitian and stuff to learn how to eat in the best way in order to lose weight. So it took the surgery process to get where I'm at now. So I mean, technically I did wake up one day and start diet and exercise and lost a lot of weight. But you know, the surgery process and having that restriction, you know, certainly helps me. I do have a question. If there is any vets out there watching, or people that are much further along than me, I've heard from a number of people that that over time you don't feel your restriction as much, and I'm really nervous about that. I mean, right now I still feel 4 months out, I mean, I can eat about 4 ounces of food at a time, maybe 5. I still very strongly feel the restriction. I really hope to forever feel a restriction this strong, because it makes kind of controlling things just so much easier. If you know you can even if you sit down in front of a larger meal, you know you can't eat that much, and it works out good. So I'm interested, like, if you do still feel your restriction, how far post-op are you? How much can you eat today? Like, do you know in the amount of ounces? Things like that. I would love to learn about that from anybody who's paying attention to this or can answer that question. I'm sorry, the point that I wanted to make is that since surgery, I'm sorry, I just like ramble and then I like completely go off into different topics, and I'm very sure that's annoying for folks watching, and I'm sorry about that. But the point that I wanted to make is that since I've been really open about the surgery and everybody knows that I've had it done, every time I go out in public, every time I leave my house and like see people I know, as soon as I see them, they're like literally, it's like this up-down look that I get. I know people are paying attention, people are looking at me, and I'm not mad about it. Like, I understand everybody's curiosity, and I had friends that had this surgery done, and they like, you know, I was very curious every time I saw them to like see like what they look like now and stuff. So I totally understand this phenomenon. Like, I'm not mad at people for doing it. It's fine that people check in and ask me about it. I've been open about it. I continue to be open and will continue to share. But I do feel like I have to keep my outfits like on par, because like I feel like people are looking at me all the time. It makes me a little self-conscious. So it's just something I'm dealing with. Wanted to comment about it on 4 months out. You know, obviously nothing I'm, you know, angry about or whatever, but it's interesting how like I'm all vain all of a sudden now about everything that I wear and put on, and I feel like I can't just like slum it for a day. I have to go out and put on a good face and all that stuff. So it was just an interesting learning that I wanted to comment about, and you know, I have more stuff for future videos, so I will cut this one now. But anyway, to anybody who's watching, you know, thank you for keeping up with me. Comment, like, whatever people do on YouTube. I'm clearly not the biggest YouTube like channel hoster. I could probably be better about all that stuff. So anyway, thank you again for watching, and I will check in with you next time, maybe next week, week after, we'll see. All right, guys, have a great one.